Hello, welcome to today's program. We are very excited to invite Surya Chandra Ananda Garu, Chandra Reddy Garu. He's our keynote speaker for today. He's going to talk on the essence of Shiva Gita relevant to contemporary happiness. He's a spiritualist and physician in Terre, Haute, Indiana, and a great supporter of the Kendra. So we're very happy to have him give the keynote talk today. So we'll start with Veda Kusumanjali, and then we'll have a Sangeetanjali, and then Rita Matthew will do the Stotranjali, and then we'll have my father, Dr. Prabhakar, introduce the speaker, and we'll have concluding remarks and word of thanks. So with that, we'll start with the Veda Kusumanjali. Ravindra Garu, are you doing
Yeah.
it? Thank you.
Yeah. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Bhadram Karne Vishnuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Maksha Bhirya Jatra Sthirairangai Stushtuva Sastanubhi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्ठनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्नेनय सुपथाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुरानमेनो पूयिष्ठां तेन मौक्तिं विधेम ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ ब्रह्मन् ब्राह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसे जायताम् राष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूर इषव्योतिव्याधि महारथो जायताम् दोग्ध्रीधेनुर्वोढा नड्वान् आशुः सप्तिः पुरन्दर्योषा जिष्णुरथेष्टाः सभेयो युवा अस्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायताम् निकामे निकामेनः पर्जन्यो न वर्षतु फलवत्यो न ओषधयः पच्यन्ताम् योगक्षेमो न कल्पेताम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोद निराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ अग्नाविष्णु सजोषसेमा वर्धन्तु वाङ्गिरः द्युम्नैर्वाजेभिरागतम् वाजश्च मे प्रसवश्च मे प्रयतिश्च मे प्रसितिश्च मे धीतिश्च मे क्रतुश्च मे स्वरश्च मे श्लोकश्च मे श्रावश्च मे श्रुतिश्च मे ज्योतिश्च मे सुवश्च मे प्राणश्च मे अपानश्च मे व्यानश्च मे शुश्च मे चित्तञ्च माधीतञ्च मे वाक्च मे मनश्च मे चक्षुश्च मे श्रोत्रञ्च मे चक्षश्च मे बलञ्च मौजश्च मे सहश्च म आयुश्च मे जरा च म आत्मा च मे तनुश्च मे शर्म च मे वर्म च मेऽङ्गानि च मे स्थानि च मे परोपुंषि च मे शरीराणि च मे ज्येष्ठं च माधिपत्यं च मे मन्युश्च मे भामश्च मे मश्च मेऽम्भश्च मे जेमा च मे महिमा च मे वरिमा च मे प्रतिमा च मे वर्ष्मा च मे द्रागुया च मे वृद्धं च मे वृत्तिश्च मे सत्यं च मे श्रद्धा च मे जगच्च मे धनं च मे वशश्च मे कृषिश्च मे क्रीडा च मे मोदश्च मे जातं च मे जनिष्यमाणं च मे सूक्तं च मे सुकृतं च मे वित्तं च मे वेद्यं च मे भूतं च मे भविष्यच्च मे सुखं च मे सुपथं च मरुद्धं च मरुद्दिश्च मे क्लुप्तं च मे क्लुप्तिश्च मे सुमतिश्च मे सुमतिश्च मे शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नु कामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे वस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रञ्च मे सूश्च मे प्रसूश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुदञ्च मे मृतञ्च मे यक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे नमित्रञ्च मे अभयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सूसा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे
Om Shanti.
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll play the Sangeeta Anjali. So Mahesh, are you able to play this? Let me try this.
Yes, I can.
Okay, play.
That's good. Can you see this?
Yeah.
रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रत्नकञ्चुका वरणभूषणि तल्लि रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रत्नकञ्चुका भरणभूषणि तल्लिरञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रत्नकञ्चुकाभरणभूषणि तल्लिरञ्जनी निरञ्जनी पञ्चबाणारि प्रेम प्रिय सखी पञ्चबाणारि प्रेम प्रिय सखी पञ्चबाणारि प्रेम प्रिय सखी प्रणवकार पञ्जरस्थितशुकी प्रणवकार पञ्जरस्थितशुकी रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रत्नकञ्चुकाभरण करुणारसयुत चारुकटाक्षी कञ्जदललोचनी कामाक्षी करुणारसयुत चारुकटाक्षी सञ्चिता पाप वल्लपोगोटी सञ्चिता पाप वल्लपोगोटी सञ्चलमुदीर्चि सदा ब्रोमो सञ्चलमुदीर्चि सदा ब्रोमो रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी रत्न कञ्चुकाभरण भूषणि तल्ली रञ्जनी निरञ्जनी ई ई
Beautiful.
Mahesh, thank you, thank you. Preeta Matthew, it's your turn. Thank you so much.
Yes. Om Nanya Nanya Spruha Raghu Pate Hridaye Smadhiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilanta Ratma Bhakti Prayascha Raghupungava Nirbhara Me Kamadi Dosha Rahitam Kurumanasam Cha Om Shri Sita Lakshmana Bharata Shatrughna Hanumata Sameta Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha Shuddha Brahma Parakpar Ram Kalatmaka Parameshwar Ram Shuddha Brahma Parakpar Ram Kalatmaka Parameshwar Ram Sheshatalpa Sukha Nitrita Ram Brahmadyamara Prarthita Ram शेषतल्पसुखनिद्रितरां ब्रह्माद्यमर प्रार्थितरां चण्डकिरणकुलमण्डलरां श्रीमदशरथ नन्दनरां कौसल्यासुखवरधनरां विश्वामित्र प्रियधनरां घोरताटकाघातकरां मारीचादिनिपातकरां कौशिकमखसंरक्षकरां श्रीमदहोल्य धारकरां गौतममुनिसम्पूजितरां सुरमुनिवरण गणसंस्तुतरां नाविकधावितमृदुपदरां मिथिलापुरजनमोहकरां विदेहमानसरञ्जकरां त्रैमककर्मक भञ्जकरां सीतापितवरमालिकरां कृतवैवाहिककौतुकरां भार्गवदर्पविनाशकरां श्रीमदयोध्या पालकरां शुद्ध शुद्धा ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम अगणित गुणगण भूषित राम अवनीतनया कामित राम राका चंद्र समानन राम पितृवाक्याश्रित कानन राम प्रिय गृह विनिवेदित पद राम तत्शालित निज मृदु पद राम भरद्वाज मुखानंद कराम चित्रकूटादिन केतन राम दशरथ संतत चिंतित राम कैकेयी तनयार्थित राम विरचित निज पितृकर्म कराम भरतार्पित पित निज पादुक राम शुद्ध ब्रह्म परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम जय जय मंगल सीताराम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम जय जय मंगल सीताराम मंगल कर जय मंगल राम संगत शुभ विभवो दय राम मंगल कर जय मंगल राम संगत शुभ विभवोदय राम आनंदामृत वर्षक राम आश्रित वत्सल जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम पतित पावन सीताराम हरि ओम थैंक यू
It's very, very melodious. Thank you, Matthew ji. Thank you so much. I didn't know you had such a good talent singing. Very nice. Thank you. Nana, can you please introduce the speaker and the topic? You're muted, Nana. Yes.
So thank you very much. We have a good introductory time for Siva Gita, Siva talking to us all. And Rama is the main student, and so we have the Rama praised, and because he's from Balakanda, of that hall is important life of Rama. Briefly, I've been talked about, and today we have got a wonderful speaker who is aware of the body outside, body inside and outside, because Siva Gita talks about so much of philosophy also, and it is said that Gita Sugita Kartavya Kimanyaihi Shastra Vistaraihi Sivena Sakshat Proktam Ramasya Gnanaya Lokodharanaya Cha. So actually we are aware of Bhagavad Gita, then Ashtavakra Gita, and so many Gitas are there, Gita Sahityas, but among that our Dr. Chandra Reddy garu, who has grown so much, still wants to grow and change his name to Surya Chandra Acharya, Ananda Acharya, and because he has been in touch with so many Swamis and who are philosophers and religionists, and trying to go into the Atma. See, Atma has two meanings. One is the body and another is the soul. That soul, we think that it is again a sample from Ishvara, Shiva, Paramatma, and we have to study that soul, Atma, because it is divided also. In Upanishads, they try to define Atma and what are the parts in Atma and etc. All that knowledge is there. For example, in the Mandukya Upanishad, while talking about Omkara, then that Maharshi will say what is Atma and all that. So Rama is a champion, he's a soldier, he's a warrior, and and he forgot that he's a Vishnu. So we are all to forget because there is a lot of divinity in us, and that divine power has got to be used. Rather, it itself drives us always. So Dr. Now he's Ananda ji. So he's Chandra Reddy. He's a good doctor about this cancer and all these things. Cancer is a Vishajvaram. Normally, it will not leave people very easily, and there are so many stages. And our Vishajvara has got to be driven away. Shiva Shakti is important. And therefore, as Shankara says in Saundarlahari, Shivaha Shaktya Yuktaha Yadi Bhavati Shaktaha. So now Shiva is trying to guide Shakti, that is Rama Bhagavan, who is to face a toughest Rakshasa and who has taken the risk of being a human being and no Mahimas like Krishna. Krishna is two in one. He can become a god or Mahimavan, or he will be just a human being. Both he will be holding, something like the transistor, both. But Rama is purely a human being. That's why Tyagaraja says, Manava Santana Loland. So Manava Santana is that human beings are having there. Anyway, so the Siva Gita is unlike the Bhagavad Gita because it's a larger text comparatively. And there are so many chapters and very interesting slokas. And the other day, our Chandra Reddy Garu was telling, even the Garbhopanishad points are covered. So it's a universal gnanam. When once we know gnana, any and everything about it, we can monitor ourselves. Because agnana will make us confused, and gnana makes us brilliant, and then try to solve our own things. Because atmaiva bandhu atmanaha natmanam avasadhayet. You are the monitor, you are the destiny maker, you are the tool for your own atma, like that. So not much talking about this, and we have already taken good time, and we just request Dr. Chandra Reddy, and also the Ananda Swamiji to come and speak to us. Sorry if at all I have made some slips in, because it's a new name that he has, and that has to come in circulation to large number of people. Slowly they should forget he is Chandra Reddy, hey Chandra, but his Surya is added, Ananda is added, and I said Parivrajakananda. He will be going here and there to all ashramas. And he's an Ayurveda doctor also, because not only this allopathy, and he has gone to Ayurveda and ultimately to Lakshmipati. All forget Lakshmipati and go into all patis. But now he is also thinking of the Lakshmipati. Ishvara Anugraham. Welcome, sir. Thank you very much that you accepted and sparing time to us to tell us, because Siva Gita is something new. All people bank upon Bhagavad Gita, and what is Shiva going to tell us is important. So, Dr. Chandra Reddy garu, please.
Namaskaram andi, namaste to all, and particularly our Guruji, C.L. Prabhakar garu. Thank you very much for introduction. That is all about the Nama Rupa. And it is only talking about Satchitananda today. And let me share my slides. Prasad garu, am I able to see it? Prasadji?
I don't know, Shiva.
Are you able to
Yes,
see the
we are
screen?
able to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
it.
we are seeing the
Okay.
screen. No
Okay,
problem.
okay, very good. Om Parabrahman Parandama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Swasatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibham. Namaskar Mandi. This invocation mantra is, you all know, it's the 10th chapter, 12 mantra, 12 sloka in Bhagavad Gita. It tells all that everything is Brahman. And even the abode is Brahman, Anandam is Brahman, and its glory is Brahman. Whatever that we see, touch, feel, smell, all of them are Brahman. So today's topic is the essence of Siva Gita, relevance to the contemporary happiness. Now, when we say Shiva, we would like to remember that Shiva represents the Sadasiva, Parabrahman, Paramashakti. Whether it is a Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Shaktism, or the Smartism, all these four traditions, when they mention Shiva, Shiva is all of the above. Now, what is the relevance of this talk today? Happiness. What is happiness? Happiness is feeling of oneness and talking with the wholeness about that ekameva dvitiyam, one without the second. This happiness in our day-to-day life can be disturbed when we are in ignorance about what is Atma, what is Anatma. This happiness can be disturbed by 5 different situations across the world, whether you are in the east or west, north or south. The common thing that disturbs the happiness is the disturbance in the relations between the people, between the things. Number 2, a disease or uncomfortable or the death in the family, among the friends, and within your body. Number 3 is financial problems, because we need ardha. And in order to move forward, the body needs minimal nutrition, ardha. Ardha means many, wealth. Not only just money, there are others. And the 4th one is a dilemma. Our mind is always split, to do, not to do. So that dilemma brings many situations, sometimes positively, sometimes negatively. And that can disturb the happiness. But most important is the ego, ego, with the capital letters, urging God out. That's the biggest one. It's the biggest obstacle in order to achieve our human goal. The only human goal is attaining the moksha or self-realization, that oneness. So today I would like to start with what is this Shiva and how it is related to the happiness, which is or our Sat Chitananda, Swarupa Lakshanam. Whatever we talk about, whatever we do here in this loka, we came here to exhaust the karmic imprints. And all those things are tatastha lakshana, whether you call with a name, different names, or different rupa. And we all know. And that oneness ekam becomes anekam, whether you call it Bhagavan Leela or a sport. In Telugu, we call Dagudu Mutalu, hide and seek game, a self-play. That one being alone, it thought, the desire, the original desire, let me become many. Now, this gives you that oneness translates into that we all belong to one global family. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. You all know the meaning of that. And there are only one, which is the light, absolute light, the great light, and its power, inherent power. We call it Shakti. Even the modern science is energy, unified, energy. And in this one, see that the energy, which is the Shakti, is within that one, the Trinity, Trimurti, the power to express, to create, to apparent, and to appear as a Jagat and individual Jiva. So the interaction is nothing but the drama between the Jiva, Jagat. Jiva is you and me, individual, and Jagat is the Prapancha. And of course, third one is the controller of both, or Adhisthana, or the Adhara of these two, Jiva and Jagat. Now, if you see on the line, Lord Shiva, again, the Shiva, keeping obscure about the Nama Rupa thing, we have to remember Shiva means Paramashiva, Sadashiva, Param Brahman, Lord, or whatever the other religions call it, one, without the second. And if we see carefully in our Sanatana Dharma, generally known as Hinduism, that we have a different gods and goddesses, 33 types. So in this one, if we carefully listen or watch and darshan of photos and other things that we see, we don't see any family photograph of a one single devata or deva. And you see that with the Lord Krishna, Lord Rama, or any other avatars, the full manifestation of a single family that become the global family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, is the Shiva Parvati, Shakti and Shaktiman. And you know that the son is Skanda and Ganesha, and then Nandi with the 4 legs, carrying the 4 legs of Dharma. All those manifestations of the instruments and other things have a esoteric meaning. We are not going to go in details, and you all know that one. So, universal family, the Adi family, is Shiva Parvati. And most of the other religions we call Sita Rama and Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Vishnu. The Shakti is first and Shaktiman is later. Only in the Shiva family is Shiva Parvati, the light before the sound, or the unexpressed. Avyakta is before the Vyakta. And it's a cycle of Avyakta, Vyakta, and Avyakta. We all know that one. It's a cycle of samsara, for the drama, for the self-happiness. Now, when we talk about this, we know as a normal individual, average consciousness level, we always do only 3 levels of consciousness: wakeful, dream, and deep sleep. And very rarely we go into the 4th, the Turiya, as per our Mandukya Upanishad. 2 things that are necessary is Shraddha and Vishwas. Shraddha and Vishwas in our Shastras, Shraddha and Vishwas in our Gurus, then only knowledge takes place, then only path is laid down for self-realization. Now, as you see, these Shiva Parvati or Ardhanarishwara, they are the one. They become 3, Trimurti. And you all know all this thing, the drama, the manifested one acts with the 3 gunas and 3 levels of consciousness. That is the creator, the Lord Brahma, generator, and then operator sustaining it and doing the drama during the wakeful one is, of course, or the dream also is Vishnu. And dissoluter are withdrawing all this thing is Shiva. So they represent Sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. And we need three of them. You all know the meanings of these three gunas, and we are all made up of three gunas and 5 elements. And 5 elements is through the Panchikarana of these three gunas and those 5 elements. So when we see that this concept of Ardhanarishwara and Shiva Shakti and Trimurti, and with the 33 types of devatas they mention in our Sanatana Dharma and religious scriptures, that is what it is. It is what all there is. It is what it is all there is. That is the Ekam. Now, these words, Shraddha and Viswas, can be understood by reading Ramacharita-manas. That in that clearly mentioned that Parvati as a Shraddha, the faith, and it's an embodiment of that in unwavering faith in the words of Guru as scriptures, as mentioned earlier, and Shiva as a Viswas, trust, faith and trust. Shiva represents the Viswas, the deep, inside, innate nature, the Swarupa Lakshana, verifies the truth taught by the Guru. And Guru is very important for the grace of that ultimate, the Shiva. So Guru is nothing but representation, self-reflection of the same thing. And later on we'll realize that Rama is nothing but same reflection of the Shiva. And this divine marriage between the Parvati and Shiva represents of the union of these two. Then only all this manifest and unmanifest and, and manifest again type of, cycle takes place. The knowledge which is essential is this. You have to have a Shraddha. Shraddha is not a simple faith. Shraddha is much more connotations, that it is a knowledge based with the dharana, dhyana, and in one focus and based upon the authoritative text is called Veda. And then only there is a meaning of that Shraddha. And Viswas is a trust, the innate trust. Without the trust, there is no way to absolute truth. This inseparable union of this Shraddha and Viswas allows the devotee to perceive, experience an aparoksha anubhuti, which is the only way a person can get the self-realization and knowing that he is the Jivan Mukta. While here, now, in this Janma alone. And without that union, without that understanding, that Ekam with the Shiva and Shakti, we will be living in the ignorance, and that is other name for samsara, which is suffering with the pain and suffering of the body, pains and mind, sufferings. Now, this all started. Remember that, as I said, the universal family, one family is the Shiva Parvati. Why do we say that? Why do we say this is the more authentic one, which has been proven and mentioned in the Shiva Rahasya, the very book that contains all these Shiva Gitas, Ribhu Gitas, and rest of the knowledge is from that one. It has a 12 amshas, and it has, it's a kind of similar to 100,000 verses of Mahabharata and 24,000 verses of Ramayana. So this Shakti, which is the manifested power, expression, appearance of that Shiva, gets the doubt. When you get the doubt, then starts the story, then starts the play. And, in this particular thing, Sati expresses bewilderment. 2 questions. Who is this Rama always my husband? Because the husband, Shiva, never had a lineage, never had a parentage. He is a Swayambhu, and rest of the gods have parentage. So that's one thing, the secret of the Shiva Rahasya is that one. It's a Swayambhu and self-expression, and that is with inherent power that he has, that is the Shakti. So she gets the doubt because it's a self-dialogue, self-reflection. She expresses bewilderment. Why Shiva is always in the meditative mood? On whom he is meditating? it is on his bhakta. And that is happened to be a Rama in the Treta Yuga. In that Treta Yuga, you all know the Ramayana took place. One side of the Ramayana we know is the Valmiki Ramayana, but other side, the original one, or an Adhyatmika level or Paramarthika level, it's the Adhyatmika Ramayana, which was written, compiled by Vedvas. Most of us aware of that, which has been popularized by our the Ramacharita Now, that is also based upon the Adhyatmika Ramayana. So in that we know that the Rama was depicted as a Bhagwan and as a Shiva. Is nothing different between them. But when it comes to the Valmiki, Rama does not remember his divinity. So if that is the case, Rama, when he's suffering with it, and he is an inferior to you, Shiva, why he is getting that much of devotion to a inferior one? Second question is, if that is ultimate Bhagavan and he is superior than you, how come he is suffering just like a human being? How come he didn't remember his divinity? These two questions. And then for that one, of course, he answers, all the questions that Parvati has. There are 8 questions. What's the cause behind this Rama avatar? If you say so, is the ultimate truth, and which is nothing but the reflection. Why that reason for Nirguna to become the Saguna? And what are the divinity or actions of the Ramas in childhood stories, like Krishna stories, how he got married with the Sita, and why he gave up the kingdom, how he lived in the forest, and how he killed Ravana, and after Pattabhishekam, what happened, whether there is a Uttarakanda happened or not. All this were answered by Lord Shiva, and entire Ramayana was told by Shiva to the Parvati. And that's why still, remember that in Bhagavad Gita, even after 9th chapter, 10th chapter, Vibhuti Vistara Yoga, and also Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga 11, if you, after all the glories Lord Krishna mentioned to the Arjuna, still he did not believe. I know, but you are here now, and you said you told all this knowledge in the past, and then you tell all these glories, show me. And that's when the Lord Krishna shows is Vishwarupa. Likewise, Sati also listened to the Shiva, said, then if that is the case, show me, prove me. And he said, why don't you go? He's now suffering and is looking for the Sita, and why don't you go there? And then test him. As soon as he went there, you all know that Rama bows down and said, Mataji, why are you here? And where is the Shiva? So that means he knows everything, past and present and future. Then only the Sati, and later on Parvati story also happens after the Sati's Treta Yuga, and later on is down the line in the Yugas is a Parvati, it's a rejanma. Now, with that one, that we come to this now Gita. Everybody has in their life their own authentic song, and everybody has their own authentic swing. And we know all these Shruti, Smriti Puranas have been sung in one or the other form of the songs. And then I consider, with my knowledge, with the knowledge I gained from our gurus, is that there are four Gitas that are very important to follow, at least be in touch with that in the sequence. And the Ribu Gita happened, it is a self-reflection. And Shiva Gita happened in the Treta Yuga. And that Ribu Gita is in the Satya Yuga, Krita Yuga. And Bhagavad Gita happened in Dwapara Yuga. And Uddhava Gita is meant for the Kali Yuga. So that we will talk about a little later, how, this parampara has come from Guru Sishya, father to say, son, all those things we can talk about little later on that. But these all Gitas are meant how we perform or achieve Purusharthas, Dharmartha, Kama, Moksha. Because Manava Janma, Manushatvam is meant to get the moksha with the means of the Dharma or the Kama. So the means to the goal, which is the ultimate liberation, we call. While you are living is Jivan Mukta, after the death is called Videha Mukta. So being this chronology of these yugas, Ribhu is in the Satya Yuga, Shiva is in the Treta, Bhagavad Gita is in the Dwapara, and Uddhava Gita is leftover for the Kali Yuga. Now, all these things, again, to repeat, that they are meant for having the Purushartha performed, fulfilled with the Karma, Jnana, Bhakti, and Raja Yoga, 4 paths. And that we'll talk about also a little bit later on that one, if we have a time. Now, what is this Siva Gita? The ultimate knowledge. And this is happened prior to the Bhagavad Gita, because it happened in the Treta Yuga. And it is from the Padma Purana, Uttarakhanda, and it has 16 chapters and 768 verses. It's easy to remember for me to these numbers, 768, and it is in the 7th chapter and 8th section, and I think it's the 6, 8, and 7, 8, 6. 6th chapter, 8th section, and 7th sloka of the Chandogya Upanishad is Tattvam Asi. And the reverse of that, 786, is a sacred number for the other religions, particularly the Muslim religion. And 768 or the 687. 687 is the number you can visualize when we put the Om symbol, the sound symbol, in front of the mirror, and these are the Sanskrit letters that has been added. So the numbers is very important in a Vedic kind of things. Numbers, specific chapters, all are very important in that. And it is popularized, this Shiva Gita is popularized through more Shaiva Vedanta, and it has happened before the war has taken place, when he was wandering and searching for the Sita. And then it is spoken to the Rama after he was prepared by Agastya. And then, of course, Shiva has been proven as the Prakasha and Vimarsha, both the light as well as the sound. And this is an absolute Ekam. Again, we are here Sanatana, an eternal religion, not sectarian type of thing, does not belong to Vaishnavism, Shaivism, or Smartism, or the Shaktism. And it expresses both. And instead of the Maya in the Vedanta, here it includes both Vyakta and Avyakta, absolute Saguna, Nirguna Brahmans, simultaneously. So it is a salvation through Bhakti and Jnana. These are the two wings, main wings on that. However, Bhagavad Gita teaches 3 of them: Karma, Bhakti, and Jnana. And the paths may be different, but goal is the same, to reach the Ekam, or self-recognition, not even self-realization, recognition of that. Now, the Shiva Gita and Adhyatmika Hridayam, we wanted to see, knowing that one, the essence of these Bhagavad Gita and Shiva Gita, before that one, the sequence of the things that happen in the Shiva Rahasya, which is the greater book in the Shaiva Siddhanta, Kashmir Shaivism, And this Siva Gita and the Ribu Gita happened in the Siva Rahasya. And the 6th chapter of the Siva Rahasya is this. And Shiva Gita and Aditya Hridayam also sometimes a confusion for us. And then in most of the Vaishnava religions, they say that Aditya Hridayam was necessary to defeat this Ravana. And Agastya Muni has taught this one, sun salutation, sun's worship. And that's only after that one you could defeat that one. But Shiva Gita happened while he was searching for the Shiva in the Dandakaranya in the Ramagiri area place. So Shiva Gita took place prior to Ribu Gita, and Shiva Gita took place prior to the Aditya Hridayam in the Ramayana. Okay. It's frozen, Prasadji. Let me see.
It should be fine. You're not able to move? Okay.
Not able to move. Let me see.
Maybe you can try to press escape and then, yeah. Okay, good. It's moving. Yes.
It's moving now? Okay. Okay. So this brings to the thing that what are the similarities or dissimilarities between the 16 chapters and 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 16 chapters of Shiva Gita, Bhagavad Gita. Remember in the middle picture that we have that Trinity, that the energies in the 3 levels and with those gunas, with the creation, and the GOT is it, remember, generator, operator, God, dissoluter is that God, GOD. So whether you teach through the Bhagavad Gita, whether you teach the Shiva Gita, the essence is the same thing. The ultimate, the absolute truth, the Paramashiva, Sadashiva, or Brahman, or Parabrahman is behind the Vidya and Avidya. And you are the Atman, and Atman without any second. There is no Anatman. It's all Anatma appears as because of the Maya in Vaishnavism or Vedanta, and in Shaivism it is both in the Vyakta and Avyakta. It is Saguna Brahma, Nirguna Brahma simultaneously, and this explains more than the Vaishnavas, because this gives you, there is no room for the Maya. You can call that Maya, because if the Bhagavan is ultimate and everything is him, he should be capable of appearing also, disappearing also, and he has all energies on that. Sarva Shakti Sarvajna. So that is the one Shiva Gita stresses more, explaining both and the Vyakta level and Avyakta level, as Prabhakar Garu mentioned, that Garbhopanishad, Ayurveda, entire Ayurveda, all the chapters. First 10 chapters talk about the jnana, and the last 6 chapters talk about the bhakti, the devotion, how to reach that one, what is the phala from that one. And then 18 chapters of our Bhagavad Gita is divided into 3 divisions. And you all know that one is based upon the Tattvam Asi. And Tvam is the first 6 chapters, Karma Yoga, and Tat is the Bhakti Yoga, middle 6 chapters, and Asi is the Jnanam, which is last 6 chapters. Tattvam Asi, based upon that. And you all know that likewise other text, the Panchadashi is also based upon the 3 divisions, and 5 chapters each. Panchadashi is Sat, Chit, Ananda. So likewise, any scripture, whether it's a Gita or Upanishad or Prakarana Gandhas, all these have a systematic mathematical precision, to explain what is this Shiva and Shakti, what is this Ekam, that expressing us both, and expressing as Trinity, expressing as 33 types, expressing as all this Jagat and individual play, that we are doing it, according to our role, according to our character, according to our gunas, and that. Now, as we mentioned that the essence is same, except that we have to see that, remember that one, And that Vyakta and Avyakta, Saguna, Nirguna are simultaneous. It depends upon whether you are ignorant or knowledgeable. So having known that there is not much difference and all this, the kind of knowledge is poured through the Bhagavad Gita or Shiva Gita, that is one of the things that we need to understand, that when the Shiva Gita took place with the 16th chapter kind of thing, the moksha can be much easier and more attainable, more recognizable, because you are not denying the world, you are not denying the individuality, you are denying the body, mind, senses, because it's an equipment. Only thing that we have to do, either through the Bhagavad Gita or anything, making that particular, the mind, sthita, and mano, sthiti, and ekagrata, and keep it that very clear. And then once you have that mind is prepared for that one, it is as clear as as a clear lake or the dustless mirror. So you can see on that. So that ekagrata, everything that is meant for all these four margas is to keep the mind clean, and ultimately we have to kill the mind in order to realize that the mind is only self-expression or waves in the consciousness, which is consciousness in the modern terminology. There is a big discussion taking place. That is, the consciousness is nothing but Parabrahman, Paramashiva, or a unified field of energy from the scientific levels. So these are all margas to keep our mind clear, and also do that ego, edging God out, bring back. And then when you do egodectomy in the medical terminology, take out that ego. Egoless one is the mindless one, and mindless one is that Satchitanandam. And this Satchitanandam is the Swarupa Lakshanam. Sat, we know, you cannot deny your existence, my existence, the reality that we are seeing it, that we are having a conference, web conference. I am talking as a speaker today, you are listening tomorrow, I am a listener, and you are talking. This is all Sat existence, you cannot deny that one. Chit is the consciousness. Whether we are doing our work with the attached to the mind body sensory complex, or we are conscious about that existence of Ekameva Adhyayana, if that is achieved, you are already Jivan Mukta. And the nature of that one is the Ananda. That is your Swarupa. We travel from the Vishayananda, day-to-day transient pleasures, and to Atmananda, realization, the self in me is the same self in all. And then you go to the Brahmananda, and that self, which is the Atman, is nothing different from the Brahman, Jivo Brahmaiva na apara. And then Paramananda, behind that one, Ekam, everything is the same. Now, whether you express this Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, as Vedanta says, or Vaishnavism, majority of the Vaishnavis stick to this Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, or Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. The terminology, the meanings of the Sanskrit words are self-explanatory, and they are not different from whether it's a Vaishnavism, Smartism, Shaktism, or Shaivism. And all of them are I am that. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnmeva Shishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you very much. Nana, you want to make some remarks?
Yeah. So we are just traveling into a different sphere when our Anandaji are talking, and that sphere is something very much commonly to be meditated upon everybody, because one example I just last week concluding, I got the idea. This is a doctor who talks about the Vishajvara, cancer. And so that Visha should be turned into Jvara, and Jvara should be made dropped up. Something like telling about the Ekagrata, meaning that mind should be completely suspended, dropped, and muted, and then you will be able to see the Paramatma. True, because there is a lot of training, practice, and realization. And so when Rama himself is a student and behaving as though he does not know, and Shiva knows everything, and moreover, Shiva will be perishing, according to Sankara in Saundara Lahari, but only when Shiva becomes Sadashiva, that's exactly what we call Sadashiva Tattva, he will be present even when Pralaya happens, he will be dancing. So, and that dance will be witnessed only by Ammavaru. So that we don't know, several way, all that has been narrated, and it requires a special orientation of mind to get into this kind of knowledge and get benefited with all these things. So our Nada Veda Adhyayana Kendra is trying to bring up people not only with the Vishayananda as he was telling, but we should have a Atmananda and then Paramananda, and also because Ananda levels are different. And in fact, we have got Ananda Mimamsa in Upanishad, where the Manava Ananda, Gandharva Ananda, Yakshananda, ultimately going to Daivananda. So that's why the measurement of Ananda, the investigation of the Ananda levels, and we have so many Gitas, so we know Rubha Gita and all that, because the Gita is important. Gita, if you just reverse it, it is called Tyagi. So Tyagi, and as long as Tyaga is a wonderful concept. And so even Ashtavakra Gita, Ashtavakra Maharshi says that how it is all possible to everybody to attain the moksham, but important is Vairagya and also Gnana. These are the two things which go with it. So that's why Sankaracharya says, Vairagya Taila Sampurne Bhakti Varti Samanvite Gnapti Deepam Vilokayet. So the Vairagya is the oil, Bhakti is the wick, and Deepa, that you see is all that. So anyway, it's a wonderful orientation Dr. G has given, trying to completely drop down the Visha, Jwara, and make fellows Arogya. So Arogya Vidwan, not allowing to go to different levels. So well, when it is having
Pravakar
16...
Garu, can you repeat that? Vairagya is oil?
Vairagya Taila Sampurne Bhakti Varti Samanvite Gnapti Deepam Vilokayet. So Loka will happen. That is, the brightness will happen only when Gnana, Gnapti Deepam Viloka. And Paramatma is Gnapti. Shiva is Gnapti. And so we only give names, Shiva, Rama, Krishna, Govinda. But these are only names. But when he says Ekam Sat Vipraha Bahudha Vadanti, and Ekagrata, and that is to be achieved very much.
No,
So,
you said Vairagya is oil. What is something is wick?
No, wick is the bhakti.
Bhakti.
And the lighting, kindling, and the light is called Gnapti, Gnana, and so on.
Okay, now.
So, Vairagya Taila Sampurne, Bhakti Varti Samanvite, Gnapti Devam Vilokayet. So,
Thank you.
we have to be always seeing the light in life. What is light? Light is happiness, light is health, and light is realization. And in fact, in the Mudra Rakshasa drama, the Nandi sloka that Visakadatta says, why the Shiva is constantly closing the eye and meditating, upon whom is he meditating? Now our Ananda ji has given that his meditation is only bhakta. That's a new point. I think Visakadatta must learn it. See, and it is a kind of caution to the wife Parvati, because husband closes the eyes and he will never think of Parvati or wife. He will think something more. So one student was telling, sir, you said that you do Gayatri Japa and all that, closing the eye. When I close the eye, 1,000 girls come to me, not Gayatri. So this is the problem of the mind. Okay, 1,000 becomes nil and all this. So this is how the process of meditation. And all this Gita Sahitya is trying to put us on the vehicle of yoga. Yoga rudha taduchyate. Krishna said, whenever you want to, arudha, that's a boarding. Unless you board the vehicle, you will not be having a movement, higher or lower or whatever it is. So yoga rudha taduchyate. Even the Rama also wants. And moreover, our Anandaji was talking about the dating, which is earlier, which is later. The Siva Gita is later than. So, and Aditya Hridayam also comes into picture, but whatever it is. But for a common man, all these are very helpful, not about the dating and all those things and priority and all that. So anyway, but people have been given the benefit that when they recite, they get some kind of relief and moksham and karya and all those things. Because Hanuman is karya Hanuman. Of all the things, these days people are fond of erecting temples on karya Hanuman. Prasanna Anjaneya, there are so many things. But Ananda Anjaneya is forgotten. Papa Furdulu has hold the Sanjeevani mountain. And, so Sanjeev Ananda is that only one fellow, SRMT transport people will carry, that we carry your luggage in our vans. So the only in Kakinada I could see SRMT services where they put Anjaneya holding that. But just yesterday I visited Sanjeev, that Karasiddhi Hanuman temple. And this Sachidananda Swamiji, Ganapati Sachidananda, he started, I think, probably the idea of Karasiddhi Anjaneya, because he has been assigned a very good work by Rama, Sugriva, and Sita, and all people. But he has been very intelligent as to got it. So anyway, so the Siva Gita is an eye-opener to many people just now, because what we have through the window of Siva Gita regarding our own self, Atma Jnana, Atmodharana, Atma Sakshatkara, and Moksha. So all these achievements we can have through these Gita Sahitya. And today, in fact, I never studied Siva Gita. I know only Ashtavakra Gita, Bhagavad Gita, and now we are holding class Anugita. It's a continuation of Bhagavad Gita, and where how the prana enters in Sarira and how Sarira is framed inside the mother's womb. It's a really great, after all, it's a blood and those things, Sukra and Raktam, they mix and slowly turns into a body. And all that growth that to happen for the being before being dispatched into the world is complete only in the womb of the mother. When once the womb platform is left, there is no growth at all. There may be parinama. That's why jayate, parinamate, vardhate, mriyate. These are the 4 stages. Anyway, very good, sir. It's one interesting eye-opener for many people to look at the Siva's way, training this Rama's mind and making him as a hero. And at the same time, a great Aradhya Devata, and our Rita ji has recited the Rama as a Balaka. So, and as a Balaka, he has got a lot of achievement. And even Krishna, when born as a Balaka, he just sucked away that the prana of Putana, a small boy. So these people perform such things right from the time that they are born. They don't waste time much. So the time is important, and whatever time that they are there, like Shankara or Ramanuja or Ramanujam or Vivekananda and all these people, our work upon the earth is over, because Dvandva, we have got to square it up. So as long as we can square it up, and ultimately Vivekananda says that in his last book, I want more and more Vivekanandas to be born. My health is failing. At the age of 36 or so, he says, he wrote a last book and all. So anyway, today we have a very good talk, sir. Thank you very much that you are trying to open a new gate and no concourse also by opening the 4 Gitas. Very important. That's a concourse for us. You will just take any Gita, but get into the thing. Now we have got also Dharma to make some comments. She is really a philosopher, and she is professor of Sanskrit, Delhi University, and she is fond of Guruvayur Krishna. Her thesis for her PhD is on Narayana, philosophy of Guruvayur Krishna. So we are having Dharma here. She agreed, fortunately. So Dr. Dharmaji, please.
सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। मम प्रणामाञ्जलिं विनिवेद्य अहं किञ्चित् वक्तुकामा अस्मि। I am not a great scholar. I am an ordinary student of Sanskrit. And till now, I had heard of Bhagavad Gita, Uddhav Gita, and Ashtavakra Gita only. This Ribhu Gita and Uddhav Gita, Shiva Gita are new to me. And the great scholar Surya Chandra Ananda, according to his name, is Surya Chandra. He is really he was really able to remove the ignorance and bring us to the field of knowledge about all these Gitas. And his lecture was really wonderful, and it was very, very informative, and it was really very clear. He made all the concepts very clear. So I'm really thankful to him. And I want to add something, that Bhagavad Gita is delivered on the edge of a great war. As Lord Krishna instructs a conflicted Arjuna on his duty and the path of righteous action, it is called to engage with the world. See the difference. It is called to engage with the world. Whereas Shiva Gita, in contrast, occurs during a moment of profound personal crisis. After Rama's wife Sita was abducted by Ravana, a heartbroken Rama was wandering the forest. In this state of deep anguish, it was the great sage Agastya who advised him that only penance directed towards Lord Shiva could relieve his suffering. This counsel sets the stage for the sacred dialogue. This context is what makes Shiv Gita so uniquely compelling. It is a conversation born not of the call to battle, but of a soul search for peace in the midst of the sorrow. And this is the need of today. These days, we are really going through such a period that we are really in search of peace. At this time, Shiv Gita is really very helpful, and it can really prove to be a boon to human beings. And I'm really very grateful to the speaker, as his name is Surya Chandra Ananda. He really dispelled our ignorance regarding so many things like Surya and Chandra, and it was really Ananda bliss which he provided to all of us. So thank you very much. We are really grateful to you for such a nice lecture. Thank you very much. And this is what I wanted to say. Dhanyavad. Thanks a lot, Dr. Prabhakar. You gave me an opportunity to learn about Shiv Gita. And when I read Shiv Gita, I was really wondering that how come I didn't know even that there's some Shiv Gita also. And it's a great pleasure that I could read Shiv Gita just because you asked me to attend this lecture. Thank you very much. I'm really grateful to Surya Chandra Ananda Mahodaya and Dr. Prabhakar also. Thanks a lot.
Very nice. So, I mean, every mind tries to focus its thinking power upon the original scriptures and try to derive knowledge. Thank you very much, madam. In fact, I'm so happy that you are present and you have made your comments. And in fact, we are all obliged very much. And in future, we like to have you full hour, full time to speak about our Guru Ayur Krishna Narayana, because that Bhattadiri has made wonderful summarizing of the Bhagavatam in 100 dasakas, and it was really nice. So thank you very much that you obliged and made some interesting, important comments. And about we have got Kriti Vasan is from Atlanta, and Madam Ji now she is in Delhi. Because of this virtual possibility, we are all together. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda. Though we are all displaced at different places, we are in a common platform. That itself is the great power. So now I think the Kriti Vasan is there, and I know because he was telling he was not keeping well. Anyway, so Babu.
No, namaste, namaste, Guruji. Yeah, namaste, Anand Mahodaya. It was a great talk. I mean, sorry, my voice is not that good, but it was a eye opener, definitely. I mean, like having heard of the Bhagavad Gita and the Uddhav Gita, the very little I know of Shiva Gita, but yeah, you kind of gave, made me I mean kind of I'm interested now to learn. Especially it is interesting to know that this has taken place in the Dandakaranya forest before even the war took place, right, with Ravana and all. And a good comparison of this Shiva Gita with Bhagavad Gita with the different yugas where different Gitas took place. And I mean eventually this all Gitas leads us to the liberation, moksha. And how this is framed in Shiva Gita. I mean, this is a good eye opener. I mean, thank you, Dr. Anand Mahode, for all the insights of Shiva Gita. Appreciate it. Thank you. And Guruji, thanks. And I'm blessed to be part of this satsang. Thank you for making me join this session. Prabhakar Garu. Thanks.
So Anand ji, anything you want to comment further, sir, before?
I with humility, I'm asking anyone. Let's see whether Prasad ji, let me ask the question, Prasad Kalyam Garu. Now, with your generation and the next generation, of course, is that how do we see this kind of knowledge taking place in the Kali Yuga, that the Gitas are many, but how do we translate and disperse this kind of knowledge from the Sanatana Dharma? How do we bring this youth into this fold? So I did share with my children and my friends and other things, but nowadays, as Prabhakar Garu just said, that they are not inclined towards the spirituality because they are occupied with the rapidly developing AI. But taking into consideration that AI is the tool, for us, with the creative intelligence we have within, and then how do we disperse the knowledge that Ananda is not somewhere out in the acquiring the kind of material or wealth and all this name and fame and power, and all the ignorance that is leading to these big wars, other things. How do we disperse this knowledge from your perspective?
No, it's a great question. And your talk is by itself a very good example of the kind of information we should be giving the youth. So we feel like the youth will connect with good knowledge. We don't need AI to teach anything. The information by itself is so good. If they're just exposed to it, I think they'll definitely appreciate it. I think the storytelling, the Mahima, the magic we have in our epics, the Puranas, everything that you described, Satchitananda, everything, Shiva's personality. I mean, that itself is great. They just have to hear it in some form. One of the ways we've done in our temple with the kids is we were doing a module on Ramayana, and we were talking about different episodes, and one of the parents actually did a skit with all the kids about just Sita Kalyana, like Rama going and doing the Shiva Dhanus episode, right, breaking it, and the power of Sita, and how Janaka wanted somebody to have a suitor who will be more powerful and more knowledgeable and worthy of Sita. And so the Shivadhanush story there, the kids, about 15 kids did a drama. And then I did not know that they were rehearsing for the drama. And I did my talk about the Hanuman's adventures, and I was talking about Ravana, and then I started connecting back to the Sita, the Swayamvaram, and all the kids were jumping with answers, and I was surprised, like, what's happening? They're like, we're all doing this in the drama. So I think there are ways in which I think early on, if we can just give them the values, the stories, and of course they look at us. If we are doing it, they'll do it, right? So I think having our information that we have from the Kendra, reaching as many, I think is a great thing. But I appreciate your talk today very, very much. And Siva Gita, even for me, I was trying to Google, find what is this. Now you have very nicely, elegantly given a very rare information to us today in a very, very beautiful way. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Dharmagaru, you have any message to the new generations, and with your experience, how we disperse this knowledge of Sanatana Dharma? Okay. Probably she is not able to unmute. Kritik Krish Garu, I know you have a baby in your lap.
Oh no, that's a 15-year-old. So yeah, I mean, now she's into college now. She's in Georgia Tech.
Oh,
And,
that's perfect.
yeah,
Then.
yeah,
That's perfect.
yeah.
Your opinion about the dispersing Sanatana Dharma, how do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, whatever little I know, I mean, yeah, I mean, especially with all this Balavihar, that every city has this Balavihar sessions, right? So, I mean, right from the kindergarten or pre-kindergarten up until 12th grade, kids being part of this sessions, right? The community, the satsangs, all those stuff. I mean, even if it is couple of hours every Sunday, they imbibe that knowledge and the interest. Actually, every grade, I mean, the syllabus that they have is unique, right? I mean, to every age. And I mean, like, when you get into my son is 12th grade, he's getting into law now. Okay, he's getting into Emory. Okay, so I mean, he has a lot of questions, as you said, right? I mean, like, this generation has a lot of questions. So somebody who can really, give them the answers, that are convincing to them. So then they they take it. Like Prasad Garu also said, I mean, like, when I do Sandhya Vandanam, my son look at me. Okay, Appa, I mean, my dad does at least twice a day. Okay, I'll try to do at least, once or twice a week type thing, right? These all Gayatri mantras. I mean, I tell him, like, just chant some 9 Gayatri, 12 Gayatri mantras before you go to school or whatever. So these type of few things here and there, will keep them in the thing, and they will definitely come back. I mean, even if they slightly go off the track because of their academic and the getting into the career and all, they'll come back. This is my strong opinion. They'll come back, and they will impart this in the future generations. Yeah, that's my little humble opinion. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that the Balasabha or Balagokulam and all these things are done in this place. But these days, I don't know what's going on in our Bharat, in our places. But anyway, the kids are, whatever be the number, are brought into and they become curious. So this is a wonderful engineering way to bring the kids, and they will put wonderful questions also. Why at all sun is there? Why is he not falling? Who made him to sit on the horizon? And did he not cry when his mother put it? So many ideas cut into their mind and they put questions, and sometimes it is hard for us to answer. But however, this is a good endeavor, sir, and we hope this will go into YouTube, and many more people will be opening their eyes that as you put, Vishayananda is not ultimate. Paramananda and Brahmananda and Atmananda is ultimate. So that they should remember, because any object that you buy or you see, it is only temporary attraction. For a small boy, if you give him a bicycle, he will not come inside at all. He will pour water and clean the bicycle than himself taking the bath first. So much will be attachment for the new thing, but afterwards he will never touch at all. So that we have been seeing in everybody's experience. But something that we have expressed, we have information in that is really noble and to be practiced, but some hurdles might come. We have to clear it out. Something like in the river, when we want to go to see river to collect water, there will be a lot of things floating and coming to our yard. That is that grass and this and that and all that. Unless you put two hands and try to clear, you don't get clear water to drink. So Tunga Panam, they say it, when you want to drink Tunga river. So you should do like this and drink. That doing this is the karma. And once that karma is done, that's a thread. Naturally, you'll get the water, pure water, and you can enjoy the experience, that Ananda of drinking Tunga Panam, Ganga Snanam, and all those things. So very nice, sir. We have had a new talk on the Siva Gita, and which is new. People are not much aware of it. But everybody banks upon Bhagavan Krishna. Now we have to bank upon Shiva and making Rama as a Shishya. Because after all these Gitas are dialogues. Even in Rig Veda, we have got dialogue hymns. They are called Samvada Suktas. So only through dialogue, not that we see in the serials, that in everything, but the dialogue in serials is different. But the dialogue that you see in the Gita and so many texts, then you understand. Even Anugita is a dialogue between Parikshit Maharaja, Janamejaya Maharaja and Vaisampayana. See, Janamejaya Maharaja, the son of Parikshit Maharaja, becomes anxious. What did Krishna and Arjuna do after war, and they went away to different places? So in Anugita, Krishna will ask Arjuna, do you remember anything that I spoke to you in that in juncture? Then Arjuna says, no, I don't remember at all. My head is clean because I was busy with administration and sitting on the throne and all those things after war. Then Arjuna put back, sir, do you remember anything so that you can review some of that? Then he said, I was also very busy after the war and I forgot all these things. My mind is clear. So both of them go to that Siddha who comes from the heaven and puts the question, what is dharma? How many moksha dharma and moksha niyamas and moksha? So that is what is the follow-up 6 chapters of Anugita. So you understand, there is a kind of continuation in Anugita. And the Uddhava Gita, as you speak about, is altogether different. Uddhava, almost Krishna has to talk when the entire thing, Bharat Pralayam, is going to happen. The entire Dwarka is getting merged into the ocean as per the Gandhari verse. Then Uddhava says, you are disappearing, but what about us? We want moksha. Then Krishna said a wonderful point, so we should all remember it, saying that you do best to clear all your kalmasha, and if at all something still sticking to your walls of your body inside Atma, that I will clear it out and give you moksha. Something like an examiner, who will try to pass the student as much as possible, giving some grace marks. So Krishna promised that he will give the grace marks and give you moksha. So to enable Krishna to give us the grace marks is our lot. That's exactly what our Chandra Reddy Garu organizing a beautiful workshop on Vishnu Sahasranamam in the Indianapolis Hindu temple, where the drive of the Vishnu names is quite different. And in that drive, we have so much of important picks from the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu, and Krishna was chairman, Bhishma was the speaker, Pandavas were the students. So it is a wonderful combination. So, sir, thank you that you are trying to open up new vistas in the minds of all people to forget their diseases, complaints, pains, and all those things. Because right in the morning, people complain their sleeplessness, this and that, and all that. But now, when we turn to the Gita Sahityam, then you say all that is temporary, but think of your own self. Uddhared Atmana Atmanam. Thank you, sir. And
Thank
thanks
you,
to
sir. Thank you for the great opportunity. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you all, helping me in that, this opportunity. Thank you.
So Prasad has taken a lot of interest in trying to give this kind of tool so that more people will be interested. So thanks to Prasad, and I think you can say recite this Mangalam.
Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Sri